My ex stole my life savings, took my house, and put me into debt, so I ruined her life. Camilla and I were together for 4 years. I proposed on a random Tuesday because I couldn't wait anymore. We weren't loaded or anything. I did construction, she did nails part-time, but we saved every penny we could. We bought this tiny house that needed work and spent weekends fixing it up. Paint on our clothes, laughing at 3 in the morning because we couldn't figure out how to install a bathroom sink. That was us. Then she got the ring and everything just felt different. She was always gone. Girls' nights turned into entire weekends. I didn't think much of it at first because we'd been together so long. I trusted her completely. One day I checked our joint savings account and almost threw up. $67,000. Gone. Just gone. When I asked Camilla about it, she got all defensive and said she used it for renovation supplies and wedding surprises. I was confused because our house looked exactly the same, and we hadn't planned anything big for the wedding. 2 weeks later, she sat me down and told me she'd been cheating. Said we weren't working out anymore. I was devastated, but that wasn't even the worst part. A lawyer's letter showed up at my cousin's place where I was staying. The house was in Camilla's name only. I remembered her asking me to sign some papers when we first bought it. She said it was because my credit wasn't good enough and it would help us get approved. I trusted her, so I signed everything without reading it properly. Stupid, I know. She kept the house. And then I found out she'd racked up $20,000 on my credit cards. She told me it was for business expenses for her nail stuff. I was suddenly homeless, broke, and completely destroyed. I slept on my cousin's couch for weeks. Some days I couldn't even afford gas to get to work. I was sitting there one night scrolling through my phone, deleting old photos of us because it hurt too much to look at them. That's when I remembered the camera. We'd set up this small security camera in the guest room to watch our dog Bruno when we were gone. He had separation anxiety, and we wanted to make sure he was okay. I logged into the cloud storage just out of curiosity. I hadn't checked it in months, and there it was. Hours and hours of footage I never deleted. Camilla was in that guest room with some guy I'd never seen before, multiple times. They were drinking, laughing, doing stuff I don't even want to describe. But what really got me was the audio. She was bragging about everything. How she tricked me into signing the house over. How she used my credit cards to pay for her new salon lease. She even showed him a Rolex she bought him with our wedding money. Our money. She called me a sucker. Said I was too nice and too dumb to ever figure it out. I watched every single clip. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat there taking notes, saving timestamps, downloading everything. I didn't call the cops. I did something else. I found out where her new salon was. She'd just opened it and was posting all over social media about it. I looked up who financed her lease and found their email. Turns out they had this clause in their contract about fraud and reputation damage. I sent them the videos. All of them. I also sent the clips to her landlord and made a burner account to post some of the audio on the salon's Google reviews. Not the really bad stuff. Just enough so people could hear her bragging about scamming someone. Within a week, her financing got pulled. The salon lease was revoked. Her comments and DMs were flooded with people calling her out. She started losing clients. Her whole business collapsed before it even really started. Then she called me, crying, begging to meet up. I agreed, but I brought a lawyer this time. I wasn't that same stupid, trusting guy anymore. I showed her my phone. I still had more footage. Stuff I hadn't posted yet. I told her she had 2 options. Sign the house back over to me, or I keep posting new clips every week until everyone she knows sees exactly who she is. She was shaking. She tried to say I was being cruel, that I was ruining her life. I just stared at her and said, "You already did that to me." She signed the paperwork. I got my house back. I also took all the stuff she bought with my money. That Rolex her boyfriend had, sold it. Some designer bags, sold those too. Paid off most of the credit card debt. It took me a year to get my credit fixed and another year to feel normal again. I changed the locks the day I got the house back. Painted over everything we did together. It doesn't even look like the same place anymore. And honestly, I'm good with that. I sleep better now knowing she can't take anything else from me ever again.